and welcome to the Science Fantasy Experience, and to my top 5 action figures of 2019. 2019 was definitely the year of the action figure for me collecting. I remember thinking back to this time last year and looking through the collection and kind of thinking about kind of what direction I wanted to take it in and kind of what was missing, what was lacking, and then just thinking about a few pieces that I wanted to collect. And it really did just dawn on me that I had a limited amount of action figures. And I love action figures, and I'd kind of just not been collecting them for the past few years. You know, I was in some ways slightly inundated with transforming robots. So I just went all in and picked up action figures. Relatively cheap ones, expensive ones, nostalgic ones, ones that are full of emotion, ones picked up at random on toy hunts, ones that I just thought were cool. Various ones I've had Figure Force reviews, and this is my top 5. My 5 favourite, I guess, because this list, you know, I wouldn't say some of them were the best, and I would say some of them just, they're in there just for my pure love of an action figure. But before we get on to the top 5, you cannot have a top 5 without an honourable mention. And my honourable mention goes to Steam Robo. And the reason it doesn't make it in to the top 5 is because it's technically not an action figure. It's a transforming robot. It's a GoBot or a machine robo. Thus, you know, maybe it doesn't fit the criteria. It doesn't fit the Science Fantasy Experience Rudy Zissou mentalness of collecting. You have action figures and you have transforming toys, and he is a transforming toy, but he's hella cool, and he is just the perfect representation of the GoBot loco. He's so playable. I haven't put this down since I got him a few months, and he's just worthy of that honourable mention. Maybe if I ever got round to doing a top 5 toys of the year, I think he'd be in there for sure. My honourable mention, Steam Robo. So, on to the 5 action figures. Coming in at number 5, we have the DC Collectibles, the Grey Ghost. Yeah, a completely monotone action figure makes it into the top 5 of all the action figures I bought this year. And why it makes in there is because I never believed in my whole life that I would get an action figure of my favourite character from the Batman animated 90s show. It's a 1-episode character and he gets an action figure. And he's my favourite character. He's just that 1930s pulp noir bad guy that's actually a good guy. The way that the storytelling happens, you know, he's in a TV show, and it's the basis, it's the inspiration for Bruce Wayne to become Batman. And it looks like it jumped off the screen, and it comes with some incredible accessories. It comes with the radio control car, which is actually a bomb in the episode. You know, the actual bad guy in the episode is a toy collector, and he uses all of the props from the Grey Ghosts TV show. I like every once in a while to get screen accuracy, and it does it in abundance. Number 5, DC's Grey Ghost. Number 4, This was just pure luck. I wasn't even out toy hunting. I literally was just out for a walk because it was my day off, and I just happened to go past a toy shop, independent toy shop in Portsmouth, and I thought, I'll have a peer in. I had seen it months and months before online, and I just completely passed it by. I wasn't interested. But as the months progressed, and obviously I was in the zone of buying action figures, I just saw it there and I had to pick it up. And it was at that point that I'd realised I'd missed out on early 90s toys and action figures. By then, by the time that this came out, which is the Kenner inspired Aliens vs Predator Sergeant Apone, I was done with toys. I was maybe 12, 13 years old. I wasn't playing with toys, or toy collecting was years away from me. But I remember seeing the action figures in the Argos and the Index catalogue and thinking, yeah, they're pretty cool. Now, I'm not into toys anymore. I like skateboarding. I like Middle-earth role-playing. I like cyberpunk. I'm going to be doing that from now on. I'm not going to be getting toys. I'm 13. And I feel like I missed out. I definitely did miss out. Now that I've got this in hand, it is an incredible modern interpretation of that toy line and the subsequent graphic novel that came with it. I loved reading that comic back in the day. It was a really interesting take on Aliens vs Predator for sure, and it pops. It's just the colours are so good, the detail, the dry brushing work on his mechanical improved cybernetic arm, just the detail all about it. Again, it looks like it popped out of the comic, in that it's not screen accurate because there was no cartoon to go with the show. Again, it's just an incredibly fun figure, and it just makes it number 4. Kenner NECA inspired. No, that's wrong. Kenner inspired NECA Aliens vs Predator Sergeant Apone. So, number 3. At first, I thought this had been 2 or possibly 1, because it does something that nothing else in my toy collection does. It comes in and out of the package. You can seal and reseal and open and reopen as much as you like. This is the Boss Fight Bucky O'Hare range, and this is the Toad Soldier. I love the Bucky O'Hare cartoon. It's incredible. It's just such fun storytelling. And it came at a point when I got this that I was going down that route of, I haven't got many villains in my toy collection. I need some villains. And I just desperately wanted it. I didn't want to go down the route of getting Bucky or Deadeye. I just wanted to get something a bit different from the norm. And Bruiser Baboon hasn't even been released yet, so I was just like, I want to get this guy because he has different heads. You can get him as the pilot, or you can have him as like the engineer, a whole slew of accessories, and it just beautifully homages the original packaging from back in the day, and you get a little bit of the original comic that was the basis for the cartoon. It's an absolutely stunning action figure, and it allows me to take it in and out, so I can have it on display however I see fit. I desperately want them to do a Mimi LeFleur. If they do, blow my mind. Absolutely, she never got an action figure, so here's hoping with that one. So, number 2. Back in maybe June, I think it was a top 5 toys of the year so far. And this was number one. That is Egon Spengler from Diamond Select. If anything pops off the screen more than all of the others, it is this. This seriously is everything about the real Ghostbusters, from the hair to the red glasses, the PKE meter, just the boots, how they wear them in the show. But it's so much more than that. It's just the detailing on the uniform. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's everything I could want in an action figure. I've had the real Ghostbusters toys from when I was a kid, and I've reacquired a few throughout the years. Fright Faces, original Race Dance, which is a gift from Zort Rider. But to own an incredible new take on the real Ghostbusters, it's something special, and it's one of the best action figures I own. I'm not a completionist at all, and if there's one toy line I would go for, I would get every member. I'd want the Complete Four to do that, but most of the time I want one or two from various toy lines. But if I was going to go down that route, I know I'd love a complete set of the real Ghostbusters. So number two, Diamond Select's Egon Spengler. And then finally, number one. This is possibly the best action figure I've ever owned. For emotional, personal reasons, for screen accuracy, for playability, for articulation, for just pure awesomeness. That would be the Storm Collectibles Sagat from Street Fighter 2. What an action figure. This thing is incredible. The amount of poses you can do with this thing. Tiger uppercut, tiger knee, tiger throw, standard tiger. It comes with like 3 different faces: angry face, bleeding face. The detail, the muscle work, the face sculpt. It's like this beautiful homage of the game, the artwork from the side of the arcade machine, the animated movie from the 90s, and just what I want from a Street Fighter 2 action figure. It's my favourite arcade game of all time, hands down. It's the best piece in terms of action figures in my collection. It towers over everything. This is like 1/12 scale. So you can see a GoBot doesn't even come up to his waist. And that's not even at like full extension. If you put him into the tiger uppercut move, it absolutely pops when it hits it on the stand, and you can have him in motion. There's not many action figures that you can pose in motion, and this just absolutely nails it. It's a phenomenal piece, and I can't say more. I haven't even had a chance to do a video on it, but stick with the channel. There will definitely be a Figure Force video for this guy at some point. Obviously, my twin baby boys take up all my time now, and making videos is not on the agenda. Spending time with my babies is. But do stay with the channel, because there's definitely a whole load of videos coming. I've planned half of them. I've definitely got a load more toys from the collection that I still haven't made it onto the screen. Thanks for watching. That has been my top 5. I've been Rudy Sassoon, and always remember, it's much about play. as it is display. Bye.